Hi, and welcome back. A good Tuesday to you. This 21st day of March has been a pretty nice day in the neighborhood. We're going to take a dip in temperatures tomorrow. We've been talking about it now since the week began. But looking on throughout the rest of your forecast, and then actually the trends for the rest of the month of March and into the month of April, there's a lot to like. Indeed, a lot to like. We do have a cold start to your day tomorrow that follows a cold start to the official season of spring. But thereafter, that also includes a freeze warning, not for us, but for counties to our north and to our west. A lot of the bluegrass is under a freeze warning. We'll forego that in tonight's forecast, as we should be just a few degrees above freezing. But nevertheless, after a cold one tomorrow, above normal temperatures will move in and stick around for the most part pretty consistently throughout the rest of this month and into April. We'll talk about that and your near-term outlook in just a few moments, which also isn't that bad. If you look at if you look at Wednesday, like I said, a little on the cooler side. But Thursday, right around 60 and sunny, around 70 and sunny on your Friday, 76 in your forecast for Saturday, but much more to come on the weather, as I said, in just a few moments. Tonight's headlines will include coverage of last night's Sayersville City Council, today's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting, which was held after all, and a man wanted by authorities who missed him just by a few moments last night in regards to a report that we've discussed this week and last, I guess. With that said, as we're looking forward to spring, being here in the literal sense, something else is also making a return. Our friends over at the MAC say the original Front Porch Pickin', one of the Mountain Arts Center's house productions, it's coming back Friday, March the 31st, and it's going to be free again. Appalachian Wireless, our other friends, have come on as the official sponsor of the very popular regional show. Due to some rising costs last fall, the MAC had to start charging an admission at the door. Small, but an admission. Small one, but an admission nonetheless. With its official sponsorship, however, now provided by Appalachian Wireless, once again, it's free to everybody. Just come and enjoy the evening at Front Porch Pickin'. MAC Assistant Director Shelley Crisp is, as everyone else is, thrilled about it, saying we are extremely excited about the sponsorship that will enable us to continue this programming to our local musicians and patrons. And due to the generosity of Appalachian Wireless, we can offer it for free again. It shows that Appalachian Wireless is a valued member of our community. Front Porch Pickin' is actually an open mic format, in case you've never been, that regularly hosts bluegrass and folk and gospel and acoustic musicians from around the region, members of the MAC House Band, lead groups of musicians and vocalists, through old favorites and originals. Anybody that wants to get up on stage and sing or play will need to show up early. That's all you got to do, and write your name down along with the song you've chosen on the sign-up sheet backstage, and it's just that simple. The first show will be Friday, March the 31st at 7 o'clock. Details still being ironed out, but yet to be released, but will be announced soon as far as the rest of the 2017 Front Porch Pickin' dates. If you have any questions, macarts.com or 889-9125. Glad to see it coming back, and glad to see that Appalachian Wireless, of course, has come on board, as is everyone. Now to other news from around the region. A couple of calls to state police in Pike County. First off, a fatal collision that has claimed a life there. It happened last night. Preliminary investigation indicates that Kenneth Robinson was traveling on Kentucky Route 611 in the Virgie community when he lost control of his Chevy Blazer and struck a utility pole. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the Pike County coroner. The state police also say that evidence at the scene indicates that Robinson was not wearing his seatbelt at the time of the collision, and alcohol does not appear to be a factor in the crash or his death. And a shooting under investigation in Pike County. No charges as of yet have been filed. But Post 9 says they got a 911 call from 59-year-old Terry Runyard, a Millard resident. He called 911 to say that he had shot Joanna Looney. Now, this was sometime at around 12:39 in the a.m. this morning that an additional call was made to 911 from Joanna Looney, 31 of Millard, stating that she had indeed been shot. The investigation thus far indicates that Looney drove to Runyon's home. At some point, Runyon discharged a firearm, striking Looney. Then Looney left the scene and drove to the Miller BP to seek help for her injuries and called 911 there. EMS responded. They took Looney to the Pikeville Medical Center. She's still being treated for what are said to be non-life-threatening injuries. The case is going to be presented to a grand jury, we are told, before their consideration, and no charges, again, have been filed at this time. Charges have been filed against the McGoffin County man who is now wanted by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. I brought you a report on the initial burglary in brief Friday, a more in-depth report yesterday with the yet-to-be-identified suspect at that time being sought after by authorities, with McGoffin County Sheriff Carson Montgomery saying they missed him by only minutes last night and now are hoping for your help in locating this man. A man the sheriff told us yesterday they believe is responsible for 2 burglaries, one of a Reed residence and one of the Gifford Church.
Yes, this time we believe at least 2, possibly more. We have some items recovered that we don't have any victims to yet, so if anybody recognizes anything that possibly could be theirs, they could get up with us at the office. We'll let them look and
go through a truckload, literally, of items that were all found strapped to a Kubota side-by-side that was recovered at a McGoffin County residence that is not necessarily related to the suspect, who's been identified by Sheriff Montgomery and his department as Nicholas or Nick Patrick, seen here in an earlier arrest photograph. They do have a warrant in his name thus far for charges of receiving stolen property. It's believed that more charges will be filed or are pending against Patrick. But if you've seen the individual on your screen or have any information related to his whereabouts, you can relay that to the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department at 349-2914. He was, according to witness statements, seen driving that Kubota side-by-side, not just in McGoffin, but also in Breathitt County as well, attempting to sell various items that were in or on the vehicle, as well as the side-by-side itself. The side-by-side, some rifles, TVs, and a lot of other items taken from a Ronald Reed residence on River Road. Also in his possession were items that were believed to have belonged to the Gifford Church, which was burglarized a few weeks ago, and a lot of other items, as you heard the sheriff say, which are yet to be accounted for as to who they may belong to. And it's also believed that he may have already sold or traded or gotten rid of some of the items that he had in his possession. And here you can see quite plainly just how much stuff he's believed to have taken, all covered up and wrapped up and attached to a side-by-side, including a wheelbarrow sitting on top. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Nick Patrick, please call the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. I'll be right back. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. It's meeting week here in McGoffin County. The Sagersville City Council came first last night, fiscal court today, McGoffin County Board of Education this evening. We'll go ahead and bring you now, however, in that order, coverage from last night's regular session of the Sagersville City Council. In his monthly report, the mayor outlined city finances comparatively this year to last. There was also a presentation on behalf of another company offering coverage for, this time, not just air medical transport, but any type of ambulatory transport, be it ground or air, anywhere in the United States. After all voted in favor of payment of the bills and approval of the minutes from the previous meeting, first up was a presentation by Matt Ellis from the MASA company. That's the Medical Air Services Association. As we have covered presentations from other air medical services before the City Council and before other local governmental entities as well, various services offering insurance for their air transport. MASA claims to be different in the fact that they offer emergency medical helicopter and ground ambulance service coverage, offering a membership to the city's employees to cover any and all ground or air ambulance transport from anywhere, not just in Kentucky, but the entire nation for its members.
So what we have here is a membership service that we're doing all throughout the state of Kentucky that will essentially cover all of the out-of-pocket expenses for every medical helicopter in the state. And in this area, you have 3 different companies that come into the county and help out with emergency medical situations. And what this program will do is, if you're in this service, no matter what helicopter comes to help you, whether you're out in the neighborhood, God forbid you had an accident, or if you're in a hospital setting and the doctors say we want to airlift you to a larger hospital, we are not equipped to help you at this hospital, we need to fly you to UK or where have you. What this service will do is, if you need to be airlifted, whatever your insurance pays for that service, that is all of your responsibility for the air medical side. So if you have to be airlifted and the bill is $40,000 to $45,000 and your insurance pays $20,000, as a member of this service, you would contact us and you say, hey, I'm a member, and last week I was flown by such and such helicopter service, and you would send us that bill and we would cover the out-of-pocket expenses for that medical helicopter.
Ellis said that their coverage will cover the out-of-pocket expenses for any customer for any service that they choose or have to use, whether it's air or ground, and in any state, and it's for all the family or all the members of their household. And right now it's only available to employers and groups in the area, not just individuals. Offering city employee coverages for $108 per year. That's per employee. That's for their entire family as well. The council took his information under advisement, saying that their city plan that they already had with one company was up in July, and that they would look over the information. From there, they went into executive session to discuss what they said were property issues and boards and positions, and they returned to reappoint Terry Marshall as a water commissioner. They tabled a proposal on property on the agenda, and in the mayor's report, he outlined the finances comparatively this year to last.
Mayor's report I'll have, I want to give you the financial report. There's bank statement for today, and then just a little bit on how we're running as compared to last year. And Jeff, you asked for what funds we were deficient in last time, what funds were and that's got this on it. It's got our general fund with 850, we took in 857,000, spent 884,000, which is a deficit of 27,000.
You know what that is? Do you know what that 27?
Most of it's employee tax, some of it from the high school, I think, or not all of it, but we started looking at that. But the funny thing is, last year at this time, we were 35,000 in deficit in that same fund. And then our next quarter comes up that we start collecting money back into it, so we'll get a better thing after the end of April about where we stand for the next 2 months. So right now, all of our deficits are less than what we had last year in these funds. So I didn't put their last year's down, but and we got that. So basically, up to March 15th, we've had a deficit of the city for $11,865. Last year it was $26,000 or something at this time. So, and our budget's $1.5 million, and we're right on it. If we keep collecting and spending like we are, we'll be right on that mark for the year.
And lastly, when it came to questions from the audience, I had 2. First of all, the spring cleanup campaign. Mayor Shepherd saying that he was still waiting to hear from the Pride organization and that they would be coordinating their spring cleanup with the counties when that indeed is set. And I asked about the vacancy on the city council, to which he said he has still not heard anything back from the governor's office as to who or when they will appoint someone to fill Jeff Ross's position, who resigned before taking his seat. Some of the last discussions centered around the storm shelters purchased by the city, which still sit behind the Logan Corporation, to which the city is hopeful to move at least one to its location behind the Sayersville First Baptist Church in Dixie as soon as the weather improves, to enable heavy equipment to come in and move the large structure. The meeting was then adjourned. More headlines in a moment, but right now, more happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. And a birthday wish kicks off the calendar tonight. A happy 66th birthday, mind you, to Herman Roberts. With a whole lot of best wishes and love, Herman, from a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 66th to you. And a reminder that the Water into Wine Food Pantry will be distributing tomorrow. It's their regular day. Senior Day was held earlier today. And tomorrow, 8:30 till 3 o'clock tomorrow at the Water into Wine Food Pantry at the Lakefront Church of God at the old Middle Fork Elementary School on Route 30. Put this one on your calendar, folks. Hopping into town Easter before you know it, and you can have breakfast with the Easter Bunny Saturday, April the 8th with pancakes, sausage, bacon, and a drink. It's just $5 per kid at the Magafa County Health Department, 9 to 11 that morning. Bring your camera or phone and snap some pics, obviously, as you can have breakfast with the Easter Bunny Saturday, April the 8th. I'll remind you, Easter's still a few days away, but be here before you know it, and I'll keep letting everyone know about the big event. South Magafa Elementary has kindergarten registration for the upcoming school year if your child will be 5 on or before August the 1st. Remember the date change. That is April the 10th. That's the week of April the 10th through the week or the end of the week of April the 21st. So still a ways off, but 884-7325 if you want to call now. And I'll remind you throughout the time between now and then. The 5th annual, this time around, is the Rockin' Barkin' Barbecue, where dreams do come true. Don't shop, adopt. That's a great slogan. It's the fundraiser for the Johnson County Animal Shelter, Whiskers or Wags. They're going to have music performed by Tim Elkins and Troy Burchett. This is Saturday the 8th from 6 till 10 at the Paintsville Country Club. A monster dinner, big barbecue dinner, a whole lot of entertainment and fun, and a great cause over at the Country Club. $35 per person. I went there last year. You might recall the report. I had a great time, and they hope you'll join them. That's April the 8th, and I'll remind you about that too. And here's your reminder about how you get announcements, calendar announcements, birthdays and anniversaries too, on the program. Turning to funeral service announcements, service provided by our friends at the Magafa County Funeral Home. A reminder of services to be held tomorrow afternoon for Ora Lee Mural Push, 88 of Oxford Branch, who passed away on the 18th, survived by her husband, Dallas Push, and her daughter, Gwen Arnott. Visitation continues the rest of this evening and prior to tomorrow's services that start at 1. Visitation and services both from the Magafa County Funeral Home. And Gabriel Ryan Hutchison, infant son of Kevin Hutchison and Kimberly Spradlin, passed away on the 19th. I've been told that graveside services will be held this Thursday at 6 in the evening at the Conley Cemetery at Horsepen. Arrangements under the care of the Magafa County Funeral Home. In other local news this evening, today's regular session of the Magafa County Fiscal Court was held as originally scheduled after I received, as I told you last night, notice just yesterday afternoon that today's regular session was to be canceled and a special meeting would be held in its place this Thursday. However, late last night I received word from Magistrate Bucklemaster and from Magistrate Matthew Wireman as well that they were going to be there today at the regular meeting time and date. And with Judge Harden coming into the meeting, or during which today, saying that he originally thought that he would not be able to be at the meeting today, but his schedule had changed at the last moment and allowed him to be there and hold the meeting. While that rescheduling, if you will, is going to result in a couple of presentations that were to come before the fiscal court being held at a later time, that rescheduling had nothing to do with at least two people who were not in attendance at the meeting, one being still Magistrate Gary Rooster Reisner. All approved payment of the bills. All approved a $15,000 transfer from the general fund to the jail fund. All approved a second reading of the fiscal year 2017 budget for the county. All voted to accept funds that will extend the sewer from the city to the industrial park on the parkway and advertise for bid that project, as well as to use flex funding and advertise for bids for road improvements, blacktop in the Gifford Road area near the industrial park and a section of Jellicoe Road. All voted in support of a resolution supporting a multi-county recycling project, while two presentations that were to be made will be made at a later date, that being from Air Methods, or the Massa organization or company that had a presentation before the Sagersville City Council meeting that I reported to you just a few moments ago, as well as information and a presentation from Craig Linden of the Rural Secondary Road Program. Perhaps the most notable aspect of the meeting was who was in attendance and who was not. Several empty seats at the fiscal court table. The county clerk's office not represented. One of those seats, of course, formerly occupied by Deputy County Court Clerk Larry Shepard. Another seat still vacant by magistrate, who is still Magistrate Gary Rooster Reisner, who still holds that position apparently, as he has not submitted his resignation. No word yet on his intentions to do so or not. The regular session meeting for the month of January, just before he surrendered to federal authorities and went to prison, was his last to be attended. There was a special meeting held in February of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court, and today's marked a regular session meeting. Kentucky statute says, and I quote, that a member of the fiscal court who fails to attend 50% or half of the regular terms or meetings, half of the regular meetings of the fiscal court within a 6-month period, or who fails to attend 2 consecutive terms or regular sessions of the fiscal court, shall be charged with neglect of office and upon conviction shall forfeit his office. Confirming that Rooster Reisner would have to miss 2 consecutive regular session meetings in order to fall under those terms, and per Kentucky law, not be eligible to retain his seat. As it stands now, he has missed 1 special session and 1 regular session of the McGoffin County Fiscal Court. Now, for your forecast from our friends at Licking Valley RECC, I topped out and peaked here at the studio at 65 today. We'll drop about 31 degrees off that mark tonight for nighttime lows. We'll do so under mostly cloudy skies. We've also got a wind out of the north, 3 to 7 miles per hour. Gusts possible of upwards of 15, 17 miles per hour at times right now. I'm clocking one of the solid 2, and it's not so much out of the north as of right now. With all that said, tomorrow will be a cooler one, the coolest of the forecast period. 47 and sunny. Sunny and calm, but cooler, to say the least. And not that bad, but the worst one of the bunch. And I have no problem saying that. 47 and 25 for your high and low on your Wednesday, followed by temperatures increasing into your Thursday. We'll make a jump up to near 60 degrees at 59 and 24, mostly sunny. Still can't shake the clouds, but they're not making anything Thursday, nor are they on Friday. Temperatures are going to make a run at close to 70 degrees, might even hit the 70 mark, and nighttime lows are much, much nicer and really pretty much on par for spring. Can you believe it? Conditions and your season combining together and making sense? Say it isn't so. 69 and 51, partly sunny, and a nice end to your work week. I wish it was as nice of an outlook for your weekend. Temperatures are going to continue to climb after sunny and 69 or 70 Friday. By Saturday, I think we'll see mostly cloudy skies. We've got another system coming in, but with it, warmer air even, and 76 expected, 20 degrees off that for nighttime lows. So nice and mild and even a bit above average, I do believe. Mostly cloudy, but a 10% chance of showers. That's mostly in the afternoon, say at 4, but as the evening progresses and arrives, showers and maybe even thunderstorms are possible and likely even Saturday night and leading over into your Sunday. Right now, the timeline, I think, for those showers may be lingering up until about 11 o'clock or noon or so, and temperatures still hanging tough into the upper 60s, and we should dry out. We'll see cloudy skies become, I think, mostly cloudy for the rest of the evening, so not a washout. The first half of your Saturday looks pretty dry. The second half of your Sunday looks pretty dry. All of your weekend looks warm. And I think it's going to be, for the most part, warm conditions that will continue throughout the rest of March and well into April, right at or maybe even above where they should be as far as temperatures are concerned. For example, 72 on Monday and partly sunny. I think we'll see 69 or 70 again on Tuesday as well. Tuesday, we'll have to pay with some showers. With all this warm air, we'll probably see some showers and some rain throughout much of the month of March and April, it looks as though, but definitely on the warmer side of life. And that'll wrap it up for this Tuesday. More news already on tap for next time. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.